My name is Millicent Nyangani. I'm from Zimbabwe and I'm 30 years old. I'm a trained nurse changing to piloting. I'm a single mom of a son who's 21 at the moment. I've completed my PPL, night rating, and ATPL ground school exams. I'm starting my CPL this September in Poland. That was beginning of 2019. My son had finished his O levels and we had set different types of courses that I'd given him a choice to pick on, and he chose to be a pilot. But when the time came, he didn't want to do it, and he set a challenge that I wanted him to do something better than what I was doing because I wasn't intelligent enough, and it really kind of hurt me. So I needed to pick up a challenge on the course. I fell in love with it actually after my solo year. I did. 2019. I didn't delay. The only thing that stopped me to start straight away was getting the information, where to train, the best schools, the process, the cost, and I don't know anyone in aviation, so that's the only thing that delayed my training. It took me 4 months to complete my PPL. Radio calls were quite challenging. Um, Reading back the call signs, instructions, going on standby, that was the biggest challenge. Also, takeoffs were a challenge to me. Once the plane was taking off, I would just I was I would just become nervous. So taking off, radio calls were the biggest challenge on my PPL. I saved the money and I sold my property back home to top up what I had. Because I'd set up a challenge. I'm not someone that sets something up and never want to stop. I wanted to complete what I'd started. Other students, the motivation, instructors, um, it kept me going really, because I thought I was the only one feeling the challenges. After speaking to other students, I realized I wasn't the only one. Most enjoyable. My first solo was it was exciting. Even now I remember it. I was so excited to go for my first solo. I didn't know I was going for it. We took off with my instructor after 3 landings. I thought we were going to put the chocks off, but he came out and said, "Off you go, Millie, you're going for your solo." I couldn't refuse, I couldn't do anything. He had closed the door, and I had to go for my solo. So I got excited that I can actually um, fly on my own. Everything that I was taught, I was putting it in practical. It actually boosted my confidence, and that was the best part of my PPL, going for my first solo. It's challenging, definitely doable. I think being in the aviation circle does help quite a lot, because when I started my training, I got exposed to a lot of students, instructors, hearing some people, working good teamwork. Um, that will keep someone going really if you want to achieve the goal. Actually, I had two. The first one, my instructor came to me and said, "Let's just go and fly around and have a look and see, how you're doing." And I said, "That's fine." So we took off, we left, and he was emphasizing, always check on the instruments, regardless you've got someone who's been experienced or who's got so many hours. But I think it was coming and going out, coming and going out. And his intention was to go for a spin, and he didn't tell me. So as we flew, we passed through a place, we're talking, everything was fine. Then we went into a spin without me knowing. And that was a lesson. He said when we landed, it was a lesson to teach you to look at the instruments. I told you, look at the instruments, and you were supposed to be monitoring them, but you were not. You're just looking outside, not inside. It's always inside, outside. That was one experience. And the second one, I took off for my cross country, which took me 2 days. I took off from Bournemouth, landed at Duncanswell, the moment I landed at Duncanswell, it started to rain and the clouds were coming down, so they refused to let me take off. I was closed with the weather for 2 days, and my instructor was gonna drive to come and get me so that we'll fly back together on a Monday. But Monday morning, I say to him, I think I could actually take off. I felt the confidence through the training, and he felt the same way. And I was given 10 minutes to take off before the clouds came very down, and I took off. I completed my cross country, though I was told it's not valid at the end of the day. I had to do another one, but those were the two experienced things I got on my PPL.